Have you ever been disrespected in public or had someone make a joke at your expense that left you feeling embarrassed or belittled? In these moments, it's easy to feel powerless and unsure of how to respond. But what if there were simple, powerful techniques you could use to gain the respect of those around you, even from people who tend to devalue others? How would you feel if you could handle disrespect with confidence and turn the situation in your favor? In this video, we'll explore practical, psychological tips to help you deal with situations where you're publicly humiliated, interrupted, or disrespected. By the end, you'll know exactly how to respond when someone tries to ridicule you, ensuring you gain respect and maintain your dignity in any situation. We'll also dive into why some people disrespect others in the first place and how you can prevent yourself from being a target. You'll learn how to use body language, communication, and simple psychological techniques to turn the tables and regain control. Don't miss out on these life-changing strategies that will empower you to stand your ground and earn the respect you deserve. Stick with us until the end, and you'll discover how to transform these challenging situations into opportunities for growth and confidence. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. Let's take a deep dive into understanding the reasons why you might find yourself in situations where you feel disrespected or where others seem to take advantage of your kindness, and why sometimes you might not receive the respect you truly deserve. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that the problem lies in personal animosity or hatred directed at you, but in reality, it's often not about how much someone dislikes you. It's about their need to climb the social or professional ladder by using others as stepping stones. This is something many of us have experienced, and honestly, it can be heartbreaking when people we trust or consider friends don't give us the respect that we have given them. It's not a reflection of you as a person, but a reflection of their inability to value others beyond what they can extract for their gain. Sadly, this kind of behavior is all too common, both in social circles and in professional environments. In these places, some people see others not as equals or friends, but as mere tools to advance their status or to make themselves appear superior. It's painful, isn't it? The thought that someone might use your goodwill, your kindness, your effort just to boost themselves. It can feel like a slap in the face. But here's the painful truth. If you don't set clear boundaries, these people will continue to use you until they no longer need you. The good news is that you don't have to fall victim to this kind of dynamic. The first step in protecting yourself and ensuring you don't become a target of opportunism is simple, though not always easy. You must establish self-respect. Respect for yourself isn't just about knowing your worth. It's about showing others through your actions that you are someone who value yourself deeply. It's not about demanding respect in the way that some might think. It's about creating an environment where others understand they cannot use you to climb the ladder. If they try, you must be prepared to walk away from those who only seek to exploit you for their benefit. There may be times when you have to cut ties with people or environments that do not appreciate your worth. Trust me, it's better to distance yourself from those who bring nothing but negativity or exploitation into your life. But I know this is an extreme option, and it's always preferable to take steps before reaching that point. Let's not wait until things get bad. So, let's talk about some practical strategies to prevent people from diminishing your value, whether it's at work, among friends, or within your family. These tips can help you avoid those toxic situations and keep your self-worth intact. And just before we continue, I'd love for you to show some support if you're enjoying this. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, Mental Dose, if you haven't already done so. Now, let's jump into the first tip. First impressions truly matter. When you meet someone new, don't slouch. Don't stay seated, stand tall, and shake their hand firmly. Make sure you maintain eye contact. These small gestures might seem trivial, but they carry a powerful message. If you stay seated while someone else stands, it creates an immediate imbalance of power. You're positioned lower, literally and figuratively, and that can set the tone for how they will view you moving forward. The perception you create when you don't assert yourself in these moments is one of submission. You don't want to start a relationship, whether professional or personal, from a position of weakness. Standing tall, making eye contact, this is how you send a clear message that you are someone who deserves respect. You are worthy of respect from the very first moment. Don't let anyone take that away from you. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Another common and often unnoticed mistake people make is focusing on the other person's hand rather than their face when greeting or introducing themselves. It's a small thing, but when you look at someone's hand instead of their eyes, there's an unintentional shift in the dynamic. Your head naturally tilts slightly downward, which sends a subconscious signal of submission. It's as if you're lowering your rotature just by not acknowledging the most important part of a person, their eyes and face. I find this so important because eye contact is the unspoken language of strength and confidence. When you look someone in the eye, you not only show respect for them, but you also convey that you respect yourself. So, next time someone approaches you for a handshake, make it a point to stand up straight, look them directly in the eyes, and confidently offer your hand. This simple act is powerful, and it's something that can change the way you are perceived in an instant. Now, let's talk about a scenario that's even more common and even more frustrating: being interrupted during a conversation, especially in public. I've been there, and I'm sure many of you have too. It feels disrespectful and demeaning when someone talks over you or cuts you off in the middle of what you're saying. But here's where I've learned that taking control and maintaining your dignity can be a game changer. The next time someone interrupts you, don't let it slide. Instead, look at them with a firm and determined gaze, not out of anger, but with the quiet strength of someone who will not tolerate disrespect. This subtle yet powerful gesture communicates that you've noticed the interruption and that it's unacceptable. It's not about being aggressive, it's about owning the moment and holding your ground. And then, calmly and assertively, you can say something like, "Can I continue?" Or "Can I pick up where I left off?" These words might seem simple, but they carry so much weight when said with the right level of confidence. In my opinion, this is one of the most effective ways to regain control of a conversation. You don't have to shout or make a scene. Just a moment of steady eye contact, coupled with polite but firm words, is often enough to make the other person realize their error. They will understand, on a subconscious level, that they've crossed a line and that you will not tolerate interruptions without reason. The beauty of this strategy is that it works in almost any public setting, and you don't even have to stare at the person with hostility. Calm and steady eye contact says everything. The moment you show that you won't allow yourself to be diminished, others will naturally start to respect your space and your words. It's amazing how much power we have when we stand firm in these little, often overlooked moments. Third tip: one of the most painful experiences in a group setting is when someone attempts to humiliate you with a joke, especially when everyone else is watching. It's easy to feel embarrassed, flustered, or even defensive in such moments. But here's a strategy I find incredibly powerful. The first step is not to react right away. Instead, take a deep breath and pretend you didn't hear the joke, or perhaps you didn't fully understand it. Then, calmly and assertively, look at the person who commented and simply ask them to repeat it. You could say, "Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Could you repeat that for me?" Now, I know this might sound counterintuitive. The impulse might be to laugh it off, get angry, or make a sarcastic remark in return. But trust me, this approach is far more effective than any immediate reaction. By asking them to repeat the joke, you're sending a powerful message. This joke didn't affect me, and I won't let it bring me down. It also puts the person who made the joke in an awkward spot. because they now has to repeat the joke. And let me tell you, when someone has to repeat their attempt to humiliate you, it immediately loses its punch. It's like deflating the joke in real time, diminishing the initial comedic impact and making the moment far less entertaining for anyone around you. When you do this, you're not just avoiding the discomfort of the situation, you're subtly taking control and turning the tables in your favor. The person who tried to ridicule you is now the one who feels awkward as the joke falls flat and the group starts to notice. The shift in power dynamics can be truly empowering. By handling it with grace and composure, you maintain your dignity and you avoid sinking into the trap of feeling small or humiliated. This move might not only neutralize the situation, but could also make the person second-guess their attempt to make fun of you in the future. Tip 4. Another incredibly effective technique to handle provocations and attempts to anger you is to use the power of distraction. This might sound unusual, but believe me, it works wonders. When someone is trying to provoke you, instead of giving them the emotional reaction they're hoping for, you can take a completely unexpected turn and ask them a question or make a comment that is utterly out of context. For example, you might casually say, "Do you know a good place to get coffee around here?" Or, "I think I wore too much perfume today." The goal is to ask something that has nothing to do with the current conversation or the tension in the air. The brilliance of this strategy lies in its subtlety. By shifting the focus to something unrelated, you take the wind out of the person's sails. It completely disarms them, and the conversation instantly shifts gears. What's even more powerful is that this question or comment must sound natural, as if you were just casually bringing up something on your mind. When you do it in this way, the other person will have no idea that you've just flipped the script on them, and they'll likely be left confused or speechless. In my personal experience, there's something incredibly satisfying about taking control of a situation like this. You've removed the power of provocation from the other person, and instead of giving them the satisfaction of watching you react, you've made them question their motives. Not only do you keep your emotional equilibrium, but you also maintain the moral high ground. The person attempting to provoke you is left with nothing but an empty, awkward silence. This technique is one I deeply value because it requires no confrontation, no anger, just a calm, unexpected shift that can completely turn the situation on its head. Both of these strategies, though subtle, are incredibly effective in maintaining your peace, dignity, and strength. The ability to stay calm, not react immediately, and shift the focus can often do more than any fiery response ever could. It's about owning the moment, not letting others dictate how you feel, and ultimately ensuring that you don't lose control when others try to make you feel small. I hope you found these tips as empowering and eye-opening as I did when I first learned them. From handling jokes that are meant to humiliate, to taking control of a situation when provoked. These strategies aren't just about avoiding discomfort, but about maintaining your inner strength and dignity. They allow you to stay calm, poised, and confident, no matter the circumstance. So, what have you learned so far? I want to hear from you. What is one thing from today's video that you'll take with you and put into practice in your daily life? Go ahead and leave a comment below, and let's keep the conversation going. Your thoughts and experiences are so valuable, and they help us all grow together. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave your comment, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.